The Flame of Ireland, Roy Keane. The Hourglass of the Soul, and the Aesthetics of Battle. Roy Maurice Keane was born in Cork, Ireland, in 1971, and he entered the world with a soul that knew only one speed, full throttle. His very being resembled the rugged terrain of Ireland, uncompromising, durable, and always ready to face a storm. His childhood was not one of luxury, but was shaped by the values of hard work and discipline, forged in the boxing ring. Keane was no early bloomer, but a late developer who had to fight his way forward, constantly proving his worth. This branded him with a relentless rage and hunger that never subsided. He learned early that success always had to be paid for tenfold. His arrival on English soil via Nottingham Forest was the beginning of a storm warning. When Keane transferred to Manchester United in 1993 for a record fee, he found a spiritual home, an environment that understood ambition and the hunger for success. He was more than just a midfielder. He became the heart of the team, whose beat dictated the rhythm of the entire squad. When Eric Cantona hung up his captain's armband, Keane inherited it, a throne from which he ruled with an iron fist. Keane was the engine of the midfield, the hourglass of the soul, every run and pass measured by an absolute demand for excellence. His May presence was a deterrent, a heavy shadow under which opponents knew that control of the midfield would only pass over his dead body. His legendary leadership was not expressed through pleasantries, but through relentless and demanding truth. He was a mirror of the team's soul, its inner critic. If the game was lazy or selfish, Keane was the first and loudest to correct it. As Gary Neville aptly described, he was the only player in the team who could genuinely have a go at anyone. He set a standard that nobody else could ever meet. David Beckham, in turn, recalled that Keane made everyone try harder simply by being there. This raw honesty created an internal culture that turned Manchester United into an invincible dynasty of the late 1990s and early 2000s. He was the voice of manager Sir Alex Ferguson on the pitch, but often his own conscience too. His standard was an eternal flame that never diminished under the pressure of great matches. In legendary battles against Arsenal, Keane often emerged as a dominant force, like an Old Testament prophet. In the 1999-2000 season, when Arsenal pressed United for the title, Keane completely controlled the midfield in the decisive match, scoring 2 goals that crushed the rivals' hopes. He didn't just attack, he dictated the tempo and broke the opponent's will. In 2002 against Liverpool at Old Trafford, Keane made a game-saving tackle inside the penalty box in the final minutes, securing a 1-0 victory and symbolizing his defensive importance. He was always ready to do the dirty work and take responsibility. The brightest, yet emotionally heaviest, night of Keane's career was a Champions League semi-final against Juventus in Turin in 1999. United was trailing 0-2, and Keane knew he had to change the game, no matter the cost. And he did. Although he received a booking that meant he would miss the final, he did not retreat one step. Instead, he spiritually lifted the team. His goal, a powerful header from a corner kick, began the incredible comeback that eventually led to the final. He ran, tackled, and commanded his team as if his soul were tearing apart, knowing he wouldn't be in Barcelona to collect the prize himself. He had seen the moment of red danger and literally carried the team on his back, refusing to die and igniting the last flicker of hope within them. As Paul Scholes summarized, that was a performance that summed up what he meant. It's the best captain's performance of all time. That display was pure, condensed Keane spirit, a sacrifice for the success of the team over his own personal glory. Keane's career at Manchester United brought him 7 Premier League titles, a Champions League trophy, and numerous other honours, but his story ended controversially. His uncompromising nature and willingness to criticize everyone, including himself, eventually led to a falling out with Ferguson. Keane left in 2005, leaving behind a void that could not be filled by talent alone. He briefly concluded his playing career at Celtic before transitioning into coaching. He was a flame of Ireland, a man who sought not praise, but victory. His legacy is a reminder that true leadership sometimes requires uncomfortable truths, and that the most beautiful act in midfield can be a ferocious tackle. He was the soul of Manchester United, whose unyielding was the secret to the club's success.